Hi, hello. It's Sasya. Welcome. So here's the thing. I myself resonate so much with nocturnal slum creatures. I personally like to live, laugh, love at night and eat bugs. And I like to be surrounded by things that are humid, gloomy, mysterious, like swamps. I love swamps. Not as humid as swamps, but you got the point. Recently, I was looking around Pinterest and I came across these marvelous creations of mushroom stools. They are amazing. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that they have me in chocos. And I want them. No, I need them in my life. So as one does, I search around and realize they are so expensive. Like no, they were for the most part that I see very bland and minimalistic for my taste. Anyways, I decided to make them myself. Do I have any experience on making actual functional furniture before? No. But do I have any of the tools to be able to make this, like staple gun, for example? No again. But I believe that I can make it. Like a poet once said, if there is one thing you should know about me, it is that my homosexual audacity leads me to believe I possess any and all required skills to complete whatever project I set my mind to, despite having absolutely no previous experience in that particular craft. So, let's pack our audacity and begin. First of all, what the fuck am I gonna use for this project? As you know, my main goal is to make this as cheap as possible. For that reason only, I am going to use whatever I have in hand. For the base, I am going to use this metal garbage bucket. I stole this spongy foamy sofa cushion thingy from my parents. And I'm going to use this flexible multi-surface glue. It needs to be flexible because we are gonna use soft surfaces and fabrics, etc. Of course, the essentials, a glue gun and scissors. I got a couple of these fluffy, soft fabrics left over from when I was making dinosaurs. So I'm gonna use those. And some MDF sheets.
Çorap giy.
Ayarladım ya, çok zor. Gel kafanı getir gel. That was the one and only the love of my life. Anyway, so I am getting the exact measurement of this bucket by wrapping it like a cozy burrito. After making sure I got the exact measurements, I am cutting up that bitch like there is no tomorrow. Making sure it fits. I am drowning the surface of this bitch with glue and spreading it out with some scrap cardboard I have laying around as evenly as possible. Don't need to be perfect. Using some hot glue to get that instant hold and sticking the spongy thingy on the bucket. I don't know the actual name of this thing and I don't care to know. I don't care enough to look it up. Please leave me alone. I am making it a tape prison so the edges won't come off while the glue is drying. I glued the thinner sheet at the bottom and gave it the same treatment I did the big part. By the way, sorry in advance, I accidentally hit my camera around this moment and the settings got sorry in advance, it's gonna get better, I promise. Cut this MDF circle 2 cm smaller than the inner side of the bucket. Yes, I said centimeters because I am not from the US, so I don't have a fitting. Now I am dyeing it black with a spray paint in a very ventilated area with a cross breeze. Let me leave, please. I know I should wear a mask. This is going to be the support pad at the bottom of our mushroom head. Later I'm gonna explain it further. Now we are gonna set this aside to dry. After finding the middle part, I am making a giant DIY compass to draw an even circle big enough for my bum for the mushroom head, using a nail, a string, a pen attached to a string. Quality is gonna get better in a minute. Please don't leave me. If you leave me, I will die. Finish the video. Please. Do the mushroom. Not that mushroom, this mushroom. DIY kind. I didn't have enough sponge foam thingy left, so I had to Frankenstein it to fit the circle because I never plan anything. Time to glue it all down. Similar way to what we did with the mushroom body. Since you are watching my video, I am 100% sure that you are smart, so I don't need to explain any further than that. I am softening the edges up with some scissors to start to give it that mushroom feel, you know? Here is a template I made for the mushroom head. And poof, magic! It is already cut from the other fabric. I am drawing random circular shapes on the other side of the white fluffy fabric to put on our mushroom. Because our mushroom is this name that I can't pronounce. You know, my favorite mushroom. After placing the white parts where I want them to be and pinning them, it is time for me to start the long and painful process of hand sewing them in place. Sorry for the band-aid, I accidentally ripped my nail off. I am sewing 80% of the other part of the white parts while making a knot every stitch I make to prevent the fabric from unraveling. I leave a little gap almost at the end for the stuffing I decided to add, because I thought the finished mushroom would be a lot cuter with the puffy white parts. Adding the stuffing using my fingers and pen interchangeably, and then sewing it shut. One done, 1 million more to go. There we go. All the white parts are hand sewn by yours truly. Incoming my myth pajamas. We are going to sew where I am pointing shut to create the mushroom head. I don't want to hear anything about my clothing choices while making this. I am not a trad wife on TikTok. I can't be doing intensive labor while giving you a fashion show. Do you remember the circle we cut before that fits to the inside of the bucket? I didn't film that part, but I folded some fabric and glued it down to the underside of the mushroom head with the super glue and glued the black circle on top of it to stabilize it. This circle is going to prevent the mushroom head from shifting around when we close the top and sit on it or whatever. Then I put this rope around only for decorative purposes. I don't mind the glue stains on the bottom part since this is the underside, so it doesn't really matter that much to me.
part of our mushroom is ready to be hand sewn to the bottom part. I am gonna sew this by tucking the excess fabric from the bottom side to the inside every stitch I make. It is done and ready for us to stuff it like you during Thanksgiving dinner. After that, we are gonna sew shut the opening like we did the white parts. I had this stuffing laying around for so long. I guess it is pillow stuffing, but you can use any type of stuffing you want. Even scraps of fabrics can be used to stuff this. Now I am smooshing and poking it around to give it that puffy shape, also because it is fun. Checking if it still fits. Yeah, it fits. Success.
Great success.
Now I am getting the inside measurements of the bucket to make the inner lining. I am going to use this beautiful traditional Turkish rug patterned fabric for the lining. It is a quite tough fabric, so I figured would be great for the lining. Cutting according to measurements and checking it if it fits. We are going to sew along this edge while putting pretty side to pretty side, so the seams won't be showing at the end. After sewing the bottom circle, the lining is done. After gluing and clamping down the inner lining, it is time to start the outside part of the mushroom stem. I am now drawing and cutting the very bottom part of our mushroom while giving myself a 1 cm seam allowance. While doing that, I keep checking with the bucket to make sure it is the right size. I measured and cut the side parts from the same white fluffy fabric we used on the mushroom dots, and sewed the two parts together same way we did the inner lining. Checking to see if our mushroom boy fits to its clothing. It fits. Great success.
Great success.
I decided to add this thick rope to the bottom to create some protection for the bottom part of our mushroom. While sewing the rope, I make sure to get 2 fabrics every knot I make, to create more support for the seam to prevent future ripping. Time to connect the inner lining to other fabric. It was quite hard to penetrate so many layers of hard fabric while sewing, but I did it by, as I show here, folding each fabric onto themselves and tucking them in, then sewing them together. I left this part without speeding it up so you can witness my pain and how tedious of a job it is. At this point, we are almost done. I decided to add this cream trim to it last second to prolong my suffering. But I felt like it needed this movement around the stem. I am adding lots of pleats by making long stitches around it and pulling on the stitch. Then again, hand sewing the trim on the stem. I did so much hand sewing during this project. At the end, my hands got blisters. But on the other hand, I only stabbed myself on the boob about 3 times. I guess win is a win. But it was quite a fun project. But it was also very labor intensive. At the end, let's see if all that work, me getting blisters, me stabbing myself 3 times, was it worth for the end result? Let's see.
It is time for the review.
So that was the video. Kinda heavy. I'm gonna put it down. At the end, I had a vision. I had a metal garbage bucket. I had some audacity. And I had a dream. And I made it happen. So can you. So can you. Thank you so much for watching. Since this is my first ever video, can we just appreciate for a second that I dressed up for my non-existent audience? For my non-existent audience. Can we just appreciate that? Just a second. Look, I dressed up. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so thank you again. If you leave a comment or something, just know that it will greatly be appreciated. Bye. Hope to see you again soon.